JF Stretford, Paddock. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford for the paper talk and the sun is shining. It's a happy sunny day in Manchester. Glorious weather. Lots of the news centres around this morning, as you'd expect, around Jadon Sancho. When's he going to be announced? At the time of recording, he hasn't been. Also, we'll have an update on Rafael Varane, Eduardo Camavinga. What's going on there? Looks like it's gone a little bit cold, or, you know, the interest, not saying the interest has gone, but doesn't seem to be progressing anywhere from the last update. But we'll give you an update of the update, if you will. But first of all, I'm going to start with Alex Telles. Fabrizio Romano tweeted last night, I think it was, after a loan bid turned down by Manchester United for Alex Telles, AS Roma offered €12.5 million, add-ons included, to Palmeiras for Matias Vina as a new left-back. So basically, Roma came in for Alex Telles on a loan deal. It's not happening, so they've gone elsewhere looking for a different alternative. Telles obviously played yesterday in the game against Derby County. I think practically almost all the squad who were available played yesterday at one point. Didn't really happen for him when he came to Old Trafford. It looked when he came like he was going to be the number one left-back. I know that sounds crackers considering how well Luke Shaw's playing, but a lot of people thought the reason that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was pushing this deal forward, wanted to get it done, was because he wanted Telles to be United's first choice. Some question marks perhaps around Luke Shaw at the time. Those question marks have gone. Luke Shaw's amazing, and Alex Telles is only going to be his understudy. So a low move, was that really going to happen? I'm not so sure. Is he going to get sold on after, what, less than a season, almost a full season at Old Trafford? I don't think so. I think that he can still be a backup to Luke Shaw, and also he's a different type of player because he's an attacking left-back. So we'll have to wait and see. I know Luke Shaw can get up and down as well, but Alex Telles is more of a sort of dead ball specialist and an out-and-out attacking wing-back. We'll have to see what happens with that one. I'd be very surprised, to be honest with you, if Alex Telles did move on so early in his Manchester United career. Also, an update on Saul Niguez. Now, I thought this wasn't going to happen. We spoke about this, didn't we, a few weeks ago? And it just looked like, you know, a little bit of paper talk, literally. Was he really going to come to Manchester United? Was there real interest? It didn't seem like there was. He sort of, you know, he was mooted as being on a list. And the thing with Manchester United and our lists is we just have hundreds of names on them, sometimes even thousands. You know, you look at sort of when we went in for Wan-Bissaka, we started off, I think, with a list of 1,500 right-backs or something stupid, which is basically everyone who's ever played at right-back. If you've played at right-back, you're probably on the list. So I'm not so sure how sort of, you know, real the interest is in Saul Niguez if he's just on this list that has lots of other players on. But it seems there has been a little bit of a development, if you can call it that. A few papers reporting that Manchester United are in advanced negotiations with Saul Niguez's agent as saga takes surprising turn. And it says here, you know, I think this is being reported in the Express. It's been reported in a few other newspapers based on basically a couple of journalists who've tweeted it out about the interest and the conversations that are taking place between Manchester United and Saul Niguez's agent. And it says here, Manchester United are reportedly in advanced negotiations with Saul Niguez's agent over a surprising move to Old Trafford. The Atletico Madrid star has long been linked with the Red Devils, and now a transfer could be on the cards. Apparently, though, there's other interest from elsewhere as well. Liverpool and Barcelona are both interested in Saul Niguez. I mean, it's unlikely for me that this is going to happen. I'm not so sure that we're going to get Saul Niguez even without the Liverpool and Barcelona interest. I don't think that we've really gone for him in that way. But with the interest from Barcelona and from Liverpool as well, that makes it even more likely, because then you could be into a position where you're having to go into a bit of a bidding war perhaps, or maybe a war over his wages. I think he's being touted as around 55 million quid, or it might be 55 million euros, which for a player of his quality is a bit of a snip. I know it's a lot of money, but I still think for a player of that class, then you'd pay that. But the way United have gone this transfer window, we've obviously got Jadon Sancho, we're in for Rafael Varane. Have we got the money for Niguez? We'll have to wait and see. One to keep your eye on, and we'll keep giving you updates, because there's been a couple of journalists. Zach Lowe, I don't know much about him, but he said Manchester United have leapfrogged Liverpool in the race for Saul Niguez, with negotiations continue to stall between Barca and Atleti for Griezmann's Saul swap. Jonathan Barnett, Saul's agent, is in advanced negotiations with United over a transfer. So, yeah, as always, if anything develops there, we will give you an update. But I'm a little bit sceptical about that one. But I'll be happy to be proven wrong, because we could do with a midfielder. I know there's a bit of a discussion going on. You know, is he an 8? Is he a 6? I think he can play in both those roles. So, yeah, it'd definitely be an improvement for Manchester United and a top-quality player. And it'd make a very good window if we brought in Sancho, Varane, perhaps, and Niguez. Just on the Varane front, we've had the updates and you know, the constant sort of negotiations are ongoing, and you know, he's been given permission to speak and all that sort of stuff. Solskjaer was asked about him yesterday after the Derby County game, and he said, the reporter asked, this is how the dialogue went down, if you allow me to play both roles in this short role play. The reporter says, why were you keen to sign Sancho? Ollie said, I will talk about players when we sign them, not while they're at another club. I think Sancho's more or less here anyway. So the report says, how close are you to signing Varane? Solskjaer laughs. Same again. So he's not talking about it, basically. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. It's developing. It's the latest update was that apparently United and Varane were on the same page in terms of personal terms. It was just whether Madrid and United had come to an agreement over a fee. But there could be another twist, there could be another tale. We've been here before with many players, including Jadon Sancho, of course, where it was like Sancho and United have agreed terms, but United and Dortmund haven't agreed a fee. So we'll wait and see what happens. The difference with Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho is Varane's got 1 year left on his deal, has made it pretty clear he doesn't want to stay at the Bernabeu. So it looks like he's heading out of there. Whether he comes to Old Trafford remains to be seen, although all the reports indicate he is open to a move to Manchester United and negotiations are moving forward. So we'll keep you posted, as always, with that one. And also, another couple of little stories doing the rounds. David De Gea apparently has returned to Manchester United training early to fight for his place in front of Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson obviously became sort of... Ollie says we've got two number ones, but it more or less looked like Dean Henderson was the number one. He played most of the Premier League games anyway towards the back end of the season. I know obviously David De Gea played in the Europa League, but the sort of in the past it's usually been the case of whoever plays in the Europa, if it's a different keeper to who plays in the league, it's the guy in the league who's the actual first choice. So you could argue that going off that, Dean Henderson's first choice. But anyway, David De Gea has come back to fight for his place. We had a bit of a debate yesterday on the channel. I think that's up now, over whether it should be De Gea, whether it should be Dean Henderson, or Tom Heaton. Tom Heaton, of course, a new signing for Manchester United. Well, the old new signing, is that right? You know, come back to the club. Maka was arguing that he actually could see Tom Heaton being number one, which I think would be pretty surprising, shall we say. Quite extraordinary if he did come from Aston Villa's reserve to become Manchester United's number one, especially when you've got Dean Henderson and David De Gea in front of you. But stranger things have happened. We'll wait and see what goes down with that one. And we'll keep you posted if there are any developments with David De Gea, because if he isn't going to be number one, you could see him moving on. He's apparently the highest paid goalkeeper in the world. So him being number, you know, a sort of a backup goalkeeper at Manchester United does seem a little bit odd. And just finally on the Eduardo Camavinga front, there's not much of an update. You know, United are interested in him. He's open to a move, but there was talk that he could be looking to go to Spain. So if there are any developments on that story, we will keep you posted. Make sure you're hitting the subscriptions notifications. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and also the bell to give yourself a notification when we go live, because we will be going live if there's an update on Varane, if there's a Sancho announcement, actually the deal, you know, he's here, the big reveal is here, if there's anything on Eduardo Camavinga or Saul Niguez. So make sure you are subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell. I've been Jay Motti. Don't forget as well to check out all the other videos on the channel. That goalkeeper debate, there's a debate about Rafael Varane as well, and we'll have the Paddock podcast later on today. Thanks for watching.